Big Rich. Thanks for tuning in to my live stream. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to do some comic book creation and maybe a couple other things along the way. Who knows? We'll see. But I've got a lot of stuff planned for this live stream show going forward. So make sure you subscribe down below so you can be told when I'm going to be doing my live streams and you can be a part of it. So go right on down there and click that little red subscribe button. Wait a minute. This isn't the right script. This is not the right script. Who messed my scripts up? All right, that's it. I'm in. Yeah, let's try turning up the microphone. Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien? Bueno. Okay, here we go. And I'm moving around the camera. Let's see if can I make anybody sick? 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 All right, here we go. Oh. Hang on, I'm moving things around and I'm making stuff up as I go here. I'm just like all over the joint. And yeah, this is probably going to be the best place to go here. So, yeah. All right. So, hopefully you guys can hear me now because I fixed up some microphone here. And, dear God, don't let me pick my nose while I'm on the air. And, yeah. So, as you can see over here on the main screen, I am working on my comic book. And this is the first live stream of many live streams, I hope. And this is going to have a little bit of fun. If you were listening during the countdown, you heard me get in there and just do a little fun stuff there, and that's the kind of thing I want to kind of do, and sprinkle that in here with the show, with the live stream, not only just drawing the comic book, but doing a little bit else. But anyway, all right, so I was over on this page earlier. If you were watching earlier today, I did a live stream, but my youngest came downstairs, and she wanted me to play with her, so, being the dad, I went back upstairs and played with her, so I stopped where I'm at right now, what you see here on the screen. So, but by the way, like and subscribe if you haven't already down below. And if you want to hear the kind of like the soundtrack for the show, head on over to listen.x1radio.net and listen to George B. on the Sanforized Hour. It's playing right now. It's 3 hours of music that radio really kind of forgot. It's avant-garde stuff, B-sides, that kind of thing. It's a great show. It's on a live radio station called X1. You can go listen to it while I'm drawing and just have some fun, sit back, relax, and we're going to have a good time, I hope. So, and hopefully I'm not talking to myself because, well, you guess it's not It's not considered crazy unless I answer myself, right? Yeah, you're kind of right. All right, so let's. All right, so anyway, let's get back into this here. And ouch. Can I get in? Oh, I know what I'm missing. My keyboard. Hang on. I have my keyboard here. Keyboard on. Keyboard on. Is the keyboard on? Let's find out. Or down the R key. Oh, yes, it does. It's working. All right, cool. And then let's see. Let's see how this looks with this guy in here. That's the only thing that really bugs me with inking here digitally. I don't have any. I've got everything on its own separate layer so I can play around with it later, but I don't have any color in there, so it kind of it's irking me a little bit. So everything's, but I'll figure it out sooner or later. I'll figure it out. Police. Hello, Mr. Policeman. Patrolman 2. Beep, beep. Okay, that's what I wanted. Because I was working on him. And just close that. I can close that out here. Let's see. Yeah, let's kind of just a little bit smaller. Am I like Bob Ross? I could be like Bob Ross. Happy accidents. That kind of thing. We only have happy accidents. Happy little trees. Happy trees. Let's see here. Happy little trees. That's all there is. Oh, let's just put that right on in there. Big old tree. Yeah. The cool thing about Bob Ross was there's a lot of people that kind of copied him that were part of his, well, I wouldn't say copy, but they kind of learned from him and then kind of went the same route he did with, like, the PBS shows. He was out of Muncie, Indiana. And, but there was a guy in Illinois, somebody, if you watched a lot of Bob Ross on PBS, then you would know. William Alexander. Yeah, William Alexander. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have the chat open here. I should probably have the chat. Ahoy! Ryan Wynn. Ahoy, Ryan Wynn. Welcome. Sadly, I cannot, I can't have the chat over here. You know what I could do? Let's just, you know what? Let's just have it on my phone. Then, I've got it right here. I can always see it. Yes. Yes, my precious. Okay, precious. Pause the video. And make this chat the live chat. There we go. Cop butt. There's the cop butt right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the cop butt. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'll put that there so I can see the chat. Is there any way I can just see the chat without the video? Probably not. It'd be kind of counterintuitive to YouTube, wouldn't it be? Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe I could put it here. Yeah, just put it there. Ryan's the only one in there. So, I only have one person that loves me. Well, what are you going to do? But you like the cop butt there? Is that what are you a butt guy, Ryan? Is that what it is? I don't know. But check out that butt on the female. Woo! How's that? How's that one? I'd like to get your input on that one, Ryan. Anyway. The autosave. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm thinking these inks are pretty much done. And hide the pencils here. Bring up all the inks. And police. Yeah, I can have that there, I guess. License plate number 1138. Do you know where that's from? Does anybody know where that's from? I hope they do. All right, where's me? There we go. And there's my other guy. All right, so it looks like a big gobbledygook of. Yeah, I got to remember, you're also on a 30-second delay. So I won't know if it's funny for half a minute. So, anyway. Let's see. So I got all those inked in. Since Ryan's a big butt man, let's do this too. Let's show him. Let's really show him the butts. Where is it? 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 Patrolman, patrolman. Yeah, let's close it. There you go. There's the other one. Even better. Column. Okay. Do 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 do. All right, patrolman in there. Okay. So this one I pretty much kind of got in there and did a lot. Yeah. And this I think is still, yeah, this is I think over here is still kind of the let me get down to this panel here. That's 1, 2. I don't know what panel that is. That's the insert. That's not it. That's the insert. So it's panel 4. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, those are the. Oh wait, that's just panel 4. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's not right. Well, then now I don't know which one's which. This is right. Panel 4. I'm all confused now. All right, let's close up insert panel. This is panel 4. Oh, I don't have panel 4 open. That's why. Detective. I guess that... Is that a pencil? That's pencil. That is not ink. Okay. All right, cool. So I have to create ink. An ink folder. Okay. There we go. Shiny Heiny. That's right. She does have a shiny Heiny now that I think about it. Yes. Okay, so... let me see here. Do. How the hell did I do this before? I am so lost. Okay, but anyway, who cares? I need me a new one, and this is going to be detective. Okay, so now Ryan, I know you are an inker, so if I screw this up badly, just, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oops, wrong one. Opacity. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're on the G pen, we're on black. Let's get in there, shall we? How big is, let's see here. How big's my line? That's why. There we go. There we go. A little bit thicker. We can go a little bit thicker, can't we? Who's got that? And let's see here. Is that how you do it? I don't know here. See, I'm used to using this up here more now. And, happy little accidents. Okay. because this is going to be digital, I'm not that worried about too much. Because I don't plan on doing... Oh, my screen went off. No! Look at me. Okay. Ryan is here to judge the inks. So right there, I'm already screwed. I'm already screwed. Let's see here. Do, do, do. That scruffy brow. These are some big fat lines. This kind of reminds me of like Todd McFarlane here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's a little thick. Let's see if I can kind of... Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Nope, don't like that at all. That's the beauty of digital. I could start all over. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're just getting frustrated early on, and now you are cruising. Yeah. All that, just all that, you know, just goofing around. It takes me a little while, too, to get used to some apps. Like Sketchbook, when I was using that, it took me a little while to get used to it. And then I was like, well, everybody's using Clip Studio that I see online, so maybe I should just, like, be doing, you know, Clip Studio. And so I bit the bullet. You know? And a little bit of smoke here. Da, 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 da. Crusty old. Just a crusty old dude here. Nice thick line here for that. That's, I mean, and well, the other thing too about being more confident, Ryan, I think, is because it's digital. You know, I feel like if I do make a mistake, I don't have to worry about it. I can go back and I can fix it if I want it. So, whereas with real inks, yeah, McFarlane. I look when I mean when he started his run on Spider-Man, that's when I that's when I really discovered him. I didn't even really know he existed because I was very focused on the titles I was buying at the time. And I didn't even know, he had been doing some stuff. I had actually bought an issue of Daredevil because I was John Romita was doing it at the time, and then it was like they switched for a little bit, or maybe McFarlane was doing fill-in at the time. I'm not sure, but either way, he had done a Daredevil title that I bought, an issue that I bought, and I didn't know he did it. I remember the issue. I can't remember the number or anything. It was an issue where Daredevil was chasing this guy around Hell's Kitchen, and he was wearing a mask that looked like a devil. He was kind of taunting Murdoch, but the art was just so fluid, and I was like, wow, I like this. I got to grab this and read it. And that was, and I didn't even realize it was McFarlane. I wasn't that deep into the artist then. And then, he came on to Spider-Man, and I just started grabbing all the Spider-Man, so I was like, oh, wow, this is cool. It was the webs. The webs, the crazy webs? Oh, yeah. That's what got me. That's what got me. Then of course he also drew Mary Jane like you know, a lot more sexier than what everybody else was drawing her like. Because like Ramita was just very Ramita was very straight with it in regards to her look, with like her hair. I mean, she had like the haircut and all that kind of stuff that just kind of, you know, just the straight down hair. And then McFarlane came in and started doing like all like the you know, the flourish and all that kind of stuff, and really giving her like a lot of volume to her hair and everything. Made her look awesome. So that also got me too when it came to McFarlane. And then when he jumped over to Incredible Hulk, I got those issues there. Now when he left and he did Spawn, he started doing Spawn. That is when I kind of lost interest in him, just because Spawn, I'm not a horror occult kind of guy. So I didn't really connect with the character Spawn, but I love his art. And I got a couple of issues of Spawn because of the art, but then I just kind of moved on, and I really kind of, and that's, you know, soon after that I kind of fell out of you know, the comic book scene, and that's where I kind of basically, you know, went my separate way with it. And then I got into radio, and, you know, 27 years later, here we go. I'm back, and this is kind of what I'm doing, because I wanted to do, you know, I wanted to draw comic books for Marvel. But now, with the state that comic books are in right now, I don't know if that's going to happen, if ever. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I would much rather do what I'm doing here. I feel like these lines should be a lot heavier. I don't know. Yeah, I did enjoy the Hulk. I don't think he was on it for very long, though. So, but still. Okay. Yeah, me too. I thought Spawn was alright, too. Ryan, what do you think? Do you think the line should be a little bit thicker with the coat? I think so. It's not doing anything. And his eyes, why does his eyes look weird? His eyes look, oh, jeez. Oh, God. He looks like that one kid with the lazy eye in school. Yeah, we gotta fix that. Yeah, that's gotta get fixed. Oh, hell yeah, that's gotta get fixed. Actually, I shouldn't make fun of that kid, because I know somebody like that. And he's a nice guy. I worked with him in radio. There we go. That's better. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna. Whoops, wrong one. Where's my pen? Pen. Yeah. Beep 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 beep. I'm gonna buff up the coat here. Hear my sister-in-law getting ready to go to bed upstairs. You can probably hear her footsteps. This is actually a pretty good microphone. This is my secondary microphone. My normal microphone is a PR40 if you're an audio guy. Or if you're audio people. Yeah. Hey, Trusty! Welcome to the channel. Thanks for dropping by. And the youngling is in bed. So it's going to be a pretty quiet night for me in regards to what I got going on. Yeah. Da, 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 da. I'm singing to myself. Bob Ross never did that. Dun dun dun. Did he do Ozzy? I don't think he did Ozzy Osbourne either. Ozzy! Sharon! Where are you, Sharon? Sharon, the dog peed on my comforter again! I'm doing pretty good. You can see what I'm doing. Again, if you haven't had the chance, if you're watching after the live stream, please go on down below and click the red subscribe button. Also hit that little bell or as the nomenclature is, Smash Bell. Smash Bell, Hulk Smash Bell. All right, so that way you get all the updates. You'll know when I'm going to be doing this. Because it's not just going to be me drawing all the time. There's going to be other little things in here. I'm going to pull on some of my radio shtick. I'm going to throw that in there. Because if you were listening during the countdown, which you should have been, you would have noticed I did a little thing there. So, well, but if you go back and listen, let me know. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's kind of hunkering down, I guess, with everything that's been going on. I mean, what else you really gonna do? You know, there's not much you can do. So, other than taking pot shots at the coyotes, which I don't have here. So there you go. No entertainment for me. But anyway, ooh, hang on. Let's fix this. And yeah. Do 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 do. Let's see. Ryan says, keep the detail lines like face lines and cloth folds thin. That thicker line is looking better on the contours. Gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, we'll go. Whoops. Let's do that. I'm on erase. Yeah. All right, we'll just kind of get in here a little bit and and we'll go. Whoops. Down to 12 here. Let's see how. Whoops. Helps if I'm back on the right one. 12. I'm on 15. Let's go to 10. Yeah, it's yeah, maybe. Well, those I can definitely teach you about, Ryan. I can definitely teach you about radio. I can teach you about old computers. And hang on here, I'm gonna plug in my phone plugged in here because it's getting low on juice. I want to be able to keep talking to everybody here. So, zip. Family Skype, gotcha. No problem. Do. With everything going on here, you kind of have to keep up. We've got a family messaging group that we do. What, my audio's low? Is my audio low? Hang on. There's that. How's that? Is that better? Audio better? Having trouble hearing you. I'm watching you on my phone. Gotcha. Okay. Is that any better, guys? Let me know. 30 seconds delay here. Oh, geez. Yeah, man. That's... See, before it was a lot louder. I don't know. Maybe I didn't have it up. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it. Let's just crank that bad boy right on up there. It's because I was... Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah. So, hopefully that works better. But anyway. But, yeah, behind me here, Ryan, there's the Commodore 128D. Keyboard's covered up right now. But, yeah, there's the keyboard. Some floppy disks. Yeah. So, there you go. And you can see me. Okay. Get that a little bit like that. Yeah. Yeah. Better. Yeah. All right. Here we go. And Where was I? Was I over here? Yeah, because this is what? I need to get my bearings. Because that's that. Or is that the cop? No, that's not the cop. Okay, here's what I need to do. Take the patrolman out of there. That works. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of... Look at that fish. Look at that fish. It's a fish only a captain can love. Yeah. He's a captain. He's the captain. Getting too old for this. He's retiring at the end of the year. He doesn't want to get saddled with some crazy partner that's going to get him killed or make him rethink retirement. Going after South African money launderers. You know how that is, right? You know that, right? Take your time, Ryan. Take your time. Family's more important. Take your time. You do what you got to do, sir. That's what matters. So it's you and me, Trusty. All right. Can you hear me okay, Trusty? You're the only one in here right now, so I don't think there's anybody else in here. Nobody loves me anymore. Except Brian. He'll be back. He said he'll be back. Now, what was cool was Arrow was in here the first go-round. So that was kind of nice. I like that. That was very nice of him. I have to wonder, why hasn't Arrow made a comic book? Maybe Arrow should try doing that. I feel like he would be good at it. It's a shine. Shine on, harvest moon. Is it me, or does it feel like this belt is kind of straining? I mean, I want to convey the fact that the dude is a little chunky. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he's a gristly old guy. And, good, I'm glad you can hear me good. You know, he's a gristly old guy. And, he's got other stuff he's looking forward to, you know. He's been around the proverbial block a couple of times. He knows what's going on here. You know what I mean, Vern? And you will also notice that I do these weird callbacks to things. So, loose baggy pants. You know the routine. Mm-hmm. I am using the G Pen. If you look over in the upper left-hand corner of the screen there, G Pen, and I've got the 17. But according to what Ryan said there for advice on like the creases and that, and the line and all that, I go down to about 12, maybe 10, to get the face and all those kinds of lines. But yeah, the G Pen I find is very consistent. I like the pressure sensitivity setting for it. It's very nice. So I've been sticking with that, and it seems to work pretty well. I mean, I'm gonna redo this. I don't like this. And the face here, kind of, I don't know, kind of inconsistent with things here, and it's bugging me. But I guess that's gonna come with more experience as I do it more. So, but yeah. Anywho's. But if anybody likes superheroes, I do play on the new, well, they're not really new, they're old, but City, if you ever heard of a game called City of Heroes, it was an old MMORPG, from NC Soft and Cryptic Studios. You played a superhero, and then in later editions you could play a villain, and the code to the servers were recently leaked, the source code, and now there are a whole bunch of servers up and people are playing it, and I've been getting on and playing, and just because that's really the only RPG I ever really got into. I tried EverQuest and WoW, and it's just it wasn't for me. I got burned out on the whole medieval fantasy RPG thing, so I just basically stuck with superheroes. That's my thing. Lengthen the fly on the pants. Gotcha. This should be a crowdsource thing. Here we go. That's about right, yeah. There's that scene there. Not like anybody's going to see it. Because it's going to be digital and it's going to be super small. So nobody's going to really see it. But who cares? You know what? Who cares? It's mine. We can do anything we want with it. Happy little trees. Happy little trees. Okay. So what I like to do is I'll kind of like do the ink, and then I'll like go in and look and see if there's anything else I can kind of work on, mess with, add to, that kind of stuff. You know? And then go from there. Let's see. This is kind of dark. But I'll do a lot of the shading and everything in color probably. Yeah, okay. Cool. Let's see here. Let's go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's zoom back out here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I think that's relatively good. Okay, so we're gonna call his pencils finished for now. And we're gonna call that finished, and then we're gonna go back to the patrolman. And we're gonna and patrolman is behind the detective. So, by the way, I'm using a raster layer for the inks as well. I'm not using a regular layer, just a raster layer. Patrolman 1. There we go. This guy's got a big grin on his face. Maybe don't care, because Ms. Metal's been flirting with him. Alright, let's start with, what am I at here? Let's go down to 12, and let's just kind of start with it's a little thick for it. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Stop that. Da, 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 da. too much about of the detail, and here we go. Leave a little bit of room there for some color. Give him some brown hair, because not everybody has black hair, right? Right. Whoops. Let's try that. That. Give him little smile lines. Boop, boop. Nah, I don't like it. Beep, beep. And then, let's see here. I think it's probably back here more. And then this visor goes like this. And then the autosave kicks in. I hate when that happens. So when you're trying to do something, it's like, what are you doing? Were you trying to do something? What were you trying to do? I was trying to draw, but you got in the way, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Yes, you did. Yeah, I did. I meant to get in the way. Why? Because, you know? Ah, well, what are you going to do? And let's just fill this in here. I also have... Where is the stabilization? I got the stabilization up to almost 30. Just because I feel like it gives me a little bit steadier line. I can see what's going on here. And I should be turning that here so I can have a little bit better control. I got my glove on. My weird finger glove. Badge here. Let's see. What do I usually do? What was I doing? I was doing a star. I really wasn't going too crazy with it, you know. And I had like that, and I was doing like that, and then I had like digga for the words. And I was having like kind of like, oops, no, that's not like that. And I just kind of had it like this, and then this, and then this, and then like that. If you're curious what I'm saying there, it's an old Tibetan thing. No, it's not. Wait a minute, Sketchbook has stabilization? Because I was using that. What? Where was that setting? And let's stabilize this here. Let's just get this. Do more cops have collars with ties on? I don't think cops wear ties anymore. I think that's pretty much gone now with like the Adam 12 days, you know? Back with the LAPD, and they wore the ties and all that kind of stuff. I think that's pretty much done for now. Well, actually, let's do this. Because zoom. And that's going to be, you know what? I'm going to take a lot of this out here. I wasn't paying attention to Ryan's advice and using the smaller brush sizes. doing this. There. Yeah, but now it doesn't. Now it doesn't fit the rest of the face. Oh my. Oh my goodness gracious me. Happy little trees. Happy. The little S-shaped symbol in the middle of the toolbar on top. Alright, I'll check it out next time I'm in there. I haven't used ever since I bought Clip Studio here, I really haven't gone back in and done anything with it. So I think I used it like once or twice, but I'm just I've so attuned myself to the keyboard shortcuts here as opposed to there that now it's like, what do I do? Well, I guess. And yeah, this a little bit here. Let's get myself a nice fat line, nice fatty here. I'm not talking about a woman or a person at all. I'm talking about, you know, these lines here. You know what? A little bit less pressure I can do that with. Just look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that line, that variance in line. I love that. Variation in line is what's important, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So, all right. So one of the things I didn't think about when I started using the 3D models in here was the hands and the wrist bones. Wasn't thinking about that. Never thought about that. And they show up on the models, so I've been putting in the little bumps for the wrist bones. And don't know why, but you know. iPad, so Clip Studio would be a subscription service for me. I'm just learning a little about Procreate. Yeah, I've got Procreate, and I use it a lot at work. What's nice though is on a Mac with Mac OS Catalina, you can use your iPad. Doesn't even have to be a Pro. It can be even the 7th gen, or now the new one that just came out. You can use it as like a Cintiq, like what I've got here, the pen monitor. So, oh hey, Era's in the chat. There he is. Welcome back, Era. Glad to see you. Thank you for supporting my efforts here. I do appreciate it. So here's the funny thing too. So the way this cop is standing here with his hands on his belt, before work shut down, we had a couple of police officers in for security. I know, right? And obviously they had their full belts on and everything. And that's how they stood, because they just don't have any place else to put it. Some of them will put them in the vest on their chest because they can't, when they put their arms down by their side and then putting them around their back, and because they got the big, thick belt with all of their, their work stuff. They got their gun, they got the extra clips, they got their flashlight, they got their club, they got their taser, they got their handcuffs, they got, all this stuff there. And then they've got, now they've got the vests, and they got the body cams on them and all that kind of stuff. And they just can't stand there with their hands crossed in front of them or behind them or anything. So what they're basically doing is they're just kind of like resting them on the belt, on the stuff that's on the front part of their belt. Or they're putting them between, in the armholes there where, of their vest. So their hands are resting square on their chest right behind the bulletproof vest there. And that's kind of, and it's just, you know, it's just like I've seen every cop, and I asked the lady, about it. The officer from she was from Guilderland Police Department, by the way, Guilderland, New York, and yeah, she said that's basically how it just kind of works out because there's no place else you can put your hands. There's really no place else. So, what are you gonna do? You know? Well, there. Get that a little bit dark in there because you know the folds with all that. I was just telling Trusty earlier, Era, that I mean you're so supportive and you're in the channel and you're just all over the place. I'm like, I'm surprised you haven't like written a comic book. I mean, I know you probably have a busy work life. I mean, right now probably not so much because of everything that's going on. Why did I do that? I should have just been pulled. Pull. You get a much straighter line if you pull instead of push. And yeah. There. But I was thinking, well, how come, I wonder if, I mean, have you ever thought about doing something like that, Era? I don't know if that's something that's within your kind of your wheelhouse of wanting to do. So, but I just thought it was, I just like the fact that you're always there for us, man. I appreciate that. You're always positive, like I was saying before. Always. Always positive. Let's go here and pull. And pull. And pull. And pull. Somebody make a noise. There. And yeah. Cool. I've had some ideas. I mean, I've got some ideas aside from what I'm doing here too, so some of which I'd rather just be the straight up writer and have somebody else like do the art on it, just because I honestly don't think my skills are still gonna match what would need to be done. Honestly. I broke my own rule. Vroom, vroom, vroom. There. And let's see. Yeah, get that fixed. There. So what all is everybody doing tonight besides watching me try to draw? What is going on? I mean, obviously most of you are like kind of hunkered down. I know what Ryan's doing. Let's see here. Pull, Rich, pull. 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 Okay. Pull. But. And let's see here. Ba-ba. There is probably our minion for biggest fan. I could believe it. I've met some Armenians. Nice people. Very nice people. I will go out on a limb and say probably some of the nicest people you could probably ever meet. And there's that wrist bone like I was talking about earlier. You can hear my dog walking around upstairs because he's got nothing better to do at 10 o'clock at night. So, the only bad thing is I can't have any kind of music because of copyright, all that kind of jazz, so I feel kind of bad about that. So I wouldn't mind having some. Be kind of nice. Oops. Let's get up here. Ooh, burp. Probably wasn't a good idea to have McDonald's for lunch and then nachos for dinner. Whose bright idea was that? Hint, not me. Hint 2, I'm married to her. So, yeah, we're just gonna blame this one on the wife. You know, just because she's asleep, she can't defend herself. And she'll probably never watch this stream anyway, so I'm not too worried. Anyway, okay, time for the radio. Got a little push to talk button. Do that, and then we gotta have this. Whee! Yeah, I don't like that. Boom. My wife? Oh yeah, I love her. I married her, didn't I? Okay. And get a little shade there. Zoop, 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 zoop. Zoop, 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 zoop. Don't ask me why I do that. I do. It's a thing. It's a thing. Alright, Trusty. Gonna need your input again. Make the fly longer. What do you think? I'm thinking. I don't like that. Yep. There we go. Ah, my back's starting to hurt a little bit here from leaning over. Alright, so. He's not a cop without a gun. And all the cops in my universe have Glock 9s. Why? Because that's the last one I knew that they were using. But a lot of departments, I guess, have switched over to, like, 45s now. So. Macho Dan. My wife is part Armenian. Her maiden name is... Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The whole Kevorkian thing. Yeah. I get that. I understand that one. I feel you, dude. I feel you. Bum, bum, bum. The other thing I was going to do, I was going to put like little epithet things here so I can, I don't know, for like rank or something? I don't know. Whatevs. Does that look okay? That looks, yeah, that gives us some shape there. Yeah, I think his eyebrows are a little too thin. Let's just kind of fatten it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Kind of got the, like that nervous. Yeah, it's kind of got that nervous kind of thing going on there. And that's okay. That's okay. Alright, it's gotta get filled in. This t-shirt. Nope, don't like that. Doesn't like that at all. No, sir, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Can anybody name where that's from? For obvious reasons. Yeah, that's I can see. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's way too high. Way too high. Da 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 da. Hey, I'm focusing on art, Trusty, all right? I'm not focusing on... I'm focusing on art, dude. You gotta have a stripe, right? There's always a stripe. Nervous cop is nervous. Nervous cop is nervous. There. That's good. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah. I'm kind of liking it. Form follows function. Yes. Yes, it does. Yes. It must. There we go. I should put a little Motorola symbol here. I don't know why. I'm a radio guy, so Motorola always comes to mind. That's because that's what most cops have is Motorola radios. When was the last time you saw a cop with a Kenwood radio? Come on. Or a Yaesu or an ICOM. And what sucks is there's really no American-made ones anymore. Because I think Motorola now is German? I don't know. It's just a sad, sad state of affairs. Detective. There we go. And the inset is all set. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. if you want, just tell me what you need, and I'll throw something up there. All right, now her. Yeah, that's. I don't know. Something about. Maybe it's the eyes. Maybe it's the eyes. Because I've been working on the eyes a lot more. And. I don't know. Form follows function. Let's. Now the eyes are. This one kind of looks like I could do a little bit something more with it. I can do a little bit more to it here. So. Yeah, it's got to be a little bit lower. I feel like this one's a little bit lower. Alright, let's turn off the pencil and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't like the shading or anything like that. I don't like this. That's what I don't like. That's it. Because I'm going to come back in later with color and do all this. Get rid of it, Rich. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You don't need it. It's not there. You don't need it. You don't frickin' need it. You don't need it. That's the only bad thing about the vectoring. See what I mean? See what I mean, Vern? Let's do this. I see more. Okay. The boobage. Okay, this is all going to get transformed in when I get the color. When I do my flats and whatnot. Yeah, I've been reading a book about doing flats. So ooh, 2-part video. I can't wait to see it. Now is this video crowdfunded now? Is it all set to go? You have everything you need to make it, or is it already made, or primarily? I mean, what stage are you at? Are you still in production, post-production, pre-production? Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. And over here. I got something crusty on my screen. What is that? Get off there. Get off. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm going to call this done for now. All that's left is ink. Not ink, color. Color and lettering in that. Alright. And then the final page. The final page. Which I have not finished penciling. Look at that. I kind of got like a rough in here, and that's about it. So, and then I've got that. I've got to do the car, and then I've got to do that. And then I decided to add a little inset over here that I'm going to do as well. So, yeah. Do a quick save. Hit save. No clue. So I'm just going to do... Oh yeah, it's out. It's okay. Well, send me what you want in the panel, and I'll do it. I shall bang it out. Doo-doo. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That we can close up. I'm working on, let's see here. Panel. Let's look at panel 2 here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. Let's just do this. Kind of fade it out. Alright. Let's pencil her in real quick. Take him out. Pencil, darker pencil. Oh, we don't want it that big. No. Let's see if... Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that works. Okay, so... Cop uniform. At this point, she's kind of still in the cop uniform, but stuff is kind of... Yeah, she's still in the cop uniform. Let's just go with that. The butts. Oh, the butt. Let's just do... That's going to be right there. Okay. And... See, why am I... See, now I'm humming like this, the theme to Stargate. You know? Okay. Doot doot. She not a cop. What is she? Alright, and let's see, is this her? Yep. And we're just gonna do another like that. What are we doing here? And does he still got his mask on? Yeah, sure, why not? He could still have his mask on. Coat and everything. Something in there. Boots there. Yeah. And and he's got gloves. So. We don't see his other hand, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. And then, what do I do here? Oops. There we go. And then we just deep, deep. And the goggles are gone now. He doesn't need goggles anymore. Alright. Let's see. Pull. Is Ryan back yet? Nope. Not yet. How long do you think a live stream is good for, guys? How long do you think? An hour? Hour and a half? I mean, let's be honest here. It's coming up with content for that long. Yeah, you know. Let's do this here. This is just so I can see cloth and all that kind of stuff here. Yeah. So I'm able to see some cloth here. And there's Ooh. Ah. There. Where's the soles of the shoe? Bump, bump, bump. Alright, so I don't need that, and I got that. Okay. Start. And then... Oh yeah, the car. Yeah. Yeah, 90 minutes at the most. Yeah, and I'm coming up on that. So I think that's a good idea. Just because I'm getting tired and there's some other stuff I want to take care of tonight before I go to bed. So, but, yeah. But anyway, let me go ahead and stop there, and I'll just kind of swing around here and kind of recap what I'm putting down here. And, yeah. Yeah. And that's going to be the thing too, Trusty, is getting the people to come into the chat, coming to the live stream and that. So, and that's where I'll probably do some of my radio shtick, and I'll get some of that stuff in there, and kind of go from there, and hopefully I'll do a little clip here or there, and I'll throw it up on Facebook or something, kind of like a little promo or something. I'm coming at this kind of like a radio shift almost, but I'm not talking constantly. I mean, with the podcast, we went maybe like 40 minutes to an hour tops, and we had a ton of content that we could talk about. With this, it's not so much because you're drawing lines and all that. So yeah, I think 90 minutes max, but if the chat gets up there, that's a whole nother thing as well. So, but I do want to also make this a little bit more interactive, where people in the chat can participate, have little fun stuff that we can do with that participation, and kind of go from there. I've got some ideas, stealing some from here or there, some kind of modified, but we'll go from there, and we'll see how that works for us. And but the audio's good and everything, I hope, because I always seem to have an issue with the audio coming out, especially with the stream and everything coming through and all that. Plus, this microphone is very sensitive, so and that's why I had it turned down before, because I thought it was super sensitive and it was very hot. So okay, he's gonna So there's an auction going on tonight. I'll have to go check that out. All right. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys, and if you are watching after the live stream, you're kind of picking it up later on, please remember to subscribe and hit the little bell down below if you like what you saw. Even if you didn't like what you saw, give me a pity subscribe. I could use it. Look at me, I'm fat. I got no place else to go. We're all hunkered down because of a freaking virus. So, yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching my first stream. This is not my first live stream, but the first for this. And we're hoping to do this on a more regular basis, at least for the immediate future, because of what's going on. And we may do every night and then switch it over to like maybe once a night or something. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just knocking out the rust and the kinks and see how it goes from there. So thanks again. And please like and subscribe down below, and tell your friends about it. And hopefully we'll have ourselves a fun time next time. All right. Thanks for stopping in.